Daddy Sakurai just made history by winning an official Japanese government award. To be more specific, he got honored with the Art Encouragement Prize for his work on game design across all of his YouTube channel content. And if you've ever watched any of Sakurai's YouTube videos on game design, you know exactly why he's won this award. He makes these videos so engaging and so damn interesting that even if you have no interest whatsoever in game design or creating games, you're still hooked the whole way through. The amount of effort put into this shit is nothing short of incredible. This man should have retired after Smash Ultimate. He should be on some private island, never touching a controller again. This ain't just about an award. This is about a man that has been working for 35 plus years non-stop, who gave us one of the most innovative fighting platformer games of all time, who created Kirby at just 19 years of age. I don't know about any of you, but for me personally at 19, my biggest achievement was probably the 5 or 6 albums of hentai I'd collected over my years and sort of curated into a single folder. That's about it for me. So for this guy to have basically created a gaming icon at that age is levels above what most people, and definitely myself, were achieving at that time. If you're like me and you've been paying attention to his latest interviews, the articles, and you watched his last YouTube video, you'll know he's been teasing something going on behind the scenes. Sakurai is still making games. In fact, in his second to last episode, Sakurai straight up said that if everything goes according to plan, his new project will be announced sooner or later. So let's break down the 3 most likely possibilities for this next game, because trust me, one of these is happening. Alright, first up is a brand new IP. Now look, we know Sakurai is a perfectionist. This man doesn't just make games, he creates experiences, and if you look at any of his previous works, you'll see he always reinvents the wheel every single time. Look at Smash, for example. Prior to its existence, fighting games were just about health bars and combos, and of course, what did Sakurai do? He said, nah, fuck that, and we got Smash, a game with platforming, no health bars, blast zones, building up damage percentage, and boom, it's one of the most, if not the best-selling fighting game of all time. I mean, look at Kid Icarus. He turned a dead NES game to a fast-paced action shooter. Every time Sakurai touches a new IP, it turns to gold, so now with nothing holding him back, whatever he does next is going to be incredible. My first theory is some kind of next-gen action RPG. Just imagine a game where the combat is pure chaos with full-speed, high-energy action with abilities that work like Smash specials, and we know the story would slap. I mean, you've seen Subspace Emissary and Brawl, we've seen Kid Icarus Uprising, they're both really tight, funny scripts. This would no doubt be a fantastic RPG. And if that's not his thing, then maybe a competitive esports game. And if you think that sounds too out there for Sakurai, bear in mind he is obsessed with balancing out multiplayer games. Just looking at Smash alone as one of the most technically deep fighting games ever. And Kid Icarus Uprising has one of the most underrated multiplayer modes of all time. We know Sakurai loves designing multiplayer mechanics, so what if his next game is a competitive arena-based game? Or it could be a new fighting game with a Sakurai original fighter, or even a shooter with like wild movement mechanics. Hell, it could just be an entirely new genre altogether. I mean, Sakurai pioneered Smash as a genre, so who's to say he couldn't do it again? I think the most exciting part about all of this is the fact that this man could be about to drop an entirely new IP genre franchise with all his knowledge, 35 plus years of information built up into this crazy game. And let's not forget this man has Nintendo's full support. I have no doubt that if he rocked up tomorrow to Nintendo head office, unbuttoned his suit and whipped out his dick and slapped it on the table like the Master Sword, they would find some way to stick a price tag on that shit. Okay, if we're being real, Smash is the obvious pick. It's what most people want from Sakurai next, and I mean, who can blame us? Smash Ultimate is a masterpiece. It's the biggest crossover in gaming history with 89 fighters, a year's worth of balancing, and it's a game that feels like the final form of Smash. Sakurai's already said that Smash without him would be difficult, and if Nintendo wants another game, there's no way they're not calling him first. And let's be honest here, there's no way Nintendo don't need a Smash for the next console. It's a system seller with over 30 million units of Ultimate alone. And that's not even including the DLC, which likely sold more than certain Wii U games, which is kind of crazy to think about. But what would a Smash 6 actually look like? Because there's no chance they're getting an everything is here moment again. I can't even begin to imagine the licensing issues Sakurai probably had to deal with Cloud, Sora, Sephiroth, Steve from fucking Minecraft. Getting all these characters owned by separate companies to agree again in a completely new game is just going to be a logistical hell. So what if Sakurai just reboots Smash from the ground up? A Smash game that starts with just Nintendo characters again, like the original, and then DLC just brings in the guest fighters over time. That way Smash 6 won't launch as an inferior copy of Ultimate or like a tacked on DLC, but it's something new. Because let's be honest, while the Ultimate roster is kind of crazy, there were definitely some balancing issues. Some characters were completely useless, while other characters, Steve, were absolute nightmares. A fresh start would mean Sakurai can completely rethink the way the game is designed. And of course, you've always got Kid Icarus as another option as well. And I know the last game came out in 2012, it's been a hot minute, but if you've been paying attention, you might have spotted some signs that Pit could be making a comeback. Sakurai made a comment about Uprising saying,
強気ゲームとしてやりたいですよね。どこかがペロッと移植してくれないかな。
I don't know about you guys, but to me, that sounds like a man that knows something that we don't. And we know that Kid Icarus was one of his passion projects. He poured so much time and love into that. He said on multiple occasions it's one of his favorite projects to have worked in, and it shows. That shit is long overdue for a comeback. And although it was ahead of its time and it did slap, there is one key issue with the game, and it was the damn controls. The 3DS only had one circle pad, so you had to use a stylus to aim, which was kind of neat, but it was also awkward as hell. But imagine that same game on a console with a proper controller. Having Kid Icarus running on the Switch 2 with full dual stick aiming, modern controls, and next-gen graphics would be nuts. And assuming Nintendo doesn't port Uprising but makes a brand new game, this could be another Breath of the Wild situation on our hands. It could easily feature a fully open world Olympus that lets you fly freely between floating islands, dungeons, unlocking new weapons and divine abilities, as well as discovering hidden secrets from Greek mythology and battling massive bosses in real time. Whatever this man does end up doing, history has proven time and time again that whatever Sakurai touches creates an iconic impact in the gaming scene. So let me know down below, do you think one of his games is one of the three I've mentioned, or do you think it's an entirely different game or a new IP or even something non-Nintendo related? Thank you for watching, and as usual, make sure to have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.